Welcome into another interview portion here of the Redhawk Report. We're joined by current Detroit Tiger, former Redhawk Tarik Skubal. Tarik, thanks for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you started off, you were born in California, came out of Arizona though. What got you up to Seattle University?
Yeah, so I mean, Donnie Harrell and the pitching coach that was here when I was here, Elliot Kribbe, this was my only Division I offer. So I wanted to take advantage of that and come here and play. And I had 4 pretty special years, a lot of fun, a lot of winning, and it was, I enjoyed it. I love the city of Seattle, but yeah, that's kind of how I got here, one Division I offer, and kind of took it and ran with it.
Yeah, talk about that time here at Seattle University. You all whack at one point, several awards, you single season records. Is there a moment that really stands out from your time here?
Oh, I mean, I'd say, the WAC tournament was so much fun. It's a little sour memory, but it was an awesome memory because, we were 1 game away from winning the WAC 2 years in a row. And, it didn't happen, but just the grind and the process and how much fun we had doing it and the day-to-day, just really enjoying our time together, made those ball clubs pretty special and made those teammates pretty special to me. I still stay in touch with a lot of them, so it's, that brotherhood and bond that you build on the baseball field, even though we didn't win, a WAC tournament and get a bid and, into the postseason, it still was a ton of fun, and I enjoyed every single moment of it.
Once that your time was winding down collegiately, you were drafted by Arizona, decided to come back to Seattle University, eventually with the Detroit Tigers. What was that process like? Talk about both drafts, but what was that like for you?
Yeah, so in 2017, I didn't play. I was coming off injury, didn't play that whole season. Was still drafted by the Diamondbacks, and that was an enticing offer, just hometown, that's where I'm from. But I didn't really ever put that much thought into it, into going into professional baseball, because I just thought that I wasn't done here. I didn't finish the job that I came here to start, and that was to, make the postseason, make the, NCAA baseball, tournament, I guess is what you say, but that's where I wanted to make a regional, and that's really what I had my eyes set on, and that's what I wanted to do, and I worked as hard as I could to do that, and we fell short, but I wouldn't take any. I don't regret any of it. I enjoyed every single second, all the extra time, whether it be in the weight room, with the guys, doing stuff off the field. It was just a ton of fun. The travel was fun. I just really enjoyed that aspect. The city of Seattle is awesome, and just being able to enjoy that as well was a good time.
You've obviously had setbacks in your career, whether it be multiple different surgeries, now working back right now. What has that taught you as a player, as a person, to battle through that?
Yeah, it gives you some resiliency. You've been through, when you get the sport taken away from you, you feel kind of like you're lost almost a little bit, just because you put everything into the sport you play, or at least, I do personally. So when you get hurt, it's tough at first, but it gives you a lot of mental toughness. It puts you in situations that you can really be comfortable being uncomfortable, which is huge in in all aspects of life, I think. So I think that's kind of what the injuries taught me, is like, 1, take care of your body, on and off the field, and 2, make sure to take care of yourself each and every day and push yourself and leave no stone unturned, I guess is the saying. I want to explore every avenue to be the greatest version of myself. And there's a lot more that goes into it, just not only physically but also mentally, take care of that as well. So that's kind of what the injuries taught me, is it just kind of gives you some toughness that you wouldn't have unless you went through that.
We're sitting here in the Bannerwood press box, going from this field to pitching there in Detroit or all the Major League Baseball stadiums. What is that like to actually be out there in a major league setting? Because so many don't ever get to experience that.
I mean, it's awesome. It's very fun. I try to enjoy it as much as possible. It's a business, but you also try to have fun and enjoy it with the teammates, and that's kind of where I try to put my thoughts, is like, I'm doing everything I can to try and win, because I think that's what matters. Winning is what matters. So I think that's where I put all my effort into doing, whether that be me personally playing or what I can do on the bench and stuff like that. So but it's really fun. It's a surreal experience. Every stadium I go to, it's like you kind of kick yourself in the 5th inning or whatever, and it's like, hey, I'm sitting on the bench watching this game, and it hasn't felt normal to me yet, nor do I want it to, because it's awesome. I love what I do. But coming back to, I guess it's called T-Mobile now, but when I was in college, it wasn't. When I started here last year, that was a pretty special start for me, just being able to throw in front of coaching staff, friends, teammates, people that I consider family. It was a pretty special start for me, and that's something that'll stay with me forever.
You made the trip back up, as you said, not unfortunately pitching in this series, but coming back and seeing the guys. You just gave a speech as well to the guys out here. What's a bit of advice you'll pass on to the next generation? Either ones that want to have aspirations of going pro, or just this might be the last stop for them. What's your advice you pass on?
I try to keep it simple. Enjoy every single day as much as possible, and work as hard as possible. Whether that be in the classroom, in college, you got to take care of your grades and stuff, and work as hard as you can, as hard as you can, and just enjoy the process and trust the process, and have fun doing it. College sports, it's a really big privilege to be playing Division I athletics, and that's kind of my advice. I hope these guys take advantage of that and all the resources they can to be the best versions of themselves, and just have fun. I think if you have fun and the true you comes out, that's the best version of yourself, and that's kind of my advice, is enjoy every single day and get after it. It's a fun grind. It's not, it should never feel taxing or exhausting, and you should just be enjoying it. That's kind of how I attack my days.
We'll let you get out of here, Tarik. We know we got to get down to T-Mobile, but we appreciate you stopping by and up on the show.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.